Dicast is kind of an RPG board game hybrid, and it's also a very good game. Like, not even just a very good mobile game, since that tends to kind of be in a category of its own. It's just a really fun game with solidly built RPG and board game mechanics. Honestly, the worst parts are the mobile game elements, because I'd much rather pay like $20 to own the game and not deal with microtransactions than to get it free but deal with a bunch of in-game currencies and absurdly high gold prices. But that's a problem with most mobile games, and it's just a minor nitpick up front. There's way more about this game I love than hate, and I've honestly been kind of addicted to it lately. So, first thing to know, the game is almost entirely PvP, with only a side tutorial mode against a CPU to fill out the game types. There's also apparently a timed event mode with 4 players against a giant monster, but it's sadly not active right now. Sounds really cool though. The main interface is pretty clean, despite a ton of mobile gamey things like daily and weekly event quests, constant achievements to unlock, and the resource store, as well as your customization screen to look at the various heroes and home bases you have unlocked, custom cards you've collected, etc. It works well, and the buttons are big. This is a well-done mobile interface. Once you pick your hero and base, each with their own in-game perks you can upgrade and buff as you win more and grind out gold, you get matched up with another player, which never took me more than a few seconds, so that's good. The game itself is a little chunky to learn up front, but it moves quickly, and the opening tutorials work well to get you started. It is a little hard to explain over the footage though, because there's timed turns, so I'm going to try to slow things down or freeze the footage, whatever I need to do. Just heads up. Anyway, you basically traverse a square board using a random set of cards, with a new card pulled every turn or through special circumstances like treasure chest rewards. There's some strategy involved in the movement cards, as some are set numbers, so you know exactly where you'll land, and others leave more to chance, but you can still have some control over which spots you'll land on. And almost all of these spaces have some event on them, from treasure to damage-inducing spikes, to monsters you can fight, also using those number cards, that level up your character when you beat them. And that increases your attack power and HP, as well as buffing the unique skills I mentioned each hero has. There's other strategies as well, such as landing on spaces with attack flags that will initiate a hit against your opponent's HP using your current attack power, plus the potential perks of any skills you might have, like one that gives the hero a % chance to do a certain amount more damage. The goal is obviously to get your opponent down to 0 HP before they do the same to you, so being able to think ahead and manipulate the board to your advantage is key to that, as there's nothing worse than planning 2 rounds ahead just to find that your opponent gets lucky and takes you out before you can enact your plan. Because this game is so dice and card heavy, there is always going to be a fair amount left to chance, but because you can bring a custom card set into each match with you, you always have some idea of the cards you'll pull, and can plan a strategy around that. One of my favorite tactics is to start the game with a -1 die, so you shift behind your base, and then on the next turn go past it for an almost immediate level up, since it kind of plays by Monopoly rules and you get stuff for passing go, so to speak. It's also a lot of fun to perfectly time your moves, so you step on your opponent's square, which puts them in jail over your base, and they lose a turn and then have to roll the right number to get out. Those kinds of things can go a long way to giving you an advantage, even when the luck of the draw isn't in your favor, as you get an extra round without your opponent in the way, unless they have a key. See, there's a lot of things to focus on here. Throw in some special circumstance cards, such as stunning an enemy, and you can really turn the tide back in your favor. The rules are honestly fairly simple once you get a few matches in, but it has yet to get old, even if sometimes I do get mad at the RNG side of it. But still, it's really satisfying to get into a win streak, especially since each successful match fills in a key that can auto-unlock one treasure chest to save you valuable time and resources, helping to cut down on some of the tedium of these mobile game grinds. This game has yet to really get pay to win, since you're matched with people around the same skill level as you, but there are definitely some unfair advantages for those who spend a lot of money, such as they could come in with a hero that has more health, higher attack, and better skills right at the start. But it's never enough of a difference to be a clear win for them. It's just a bit more of an upward battle. And I do enjoy the gradual unlocking of new heroes and abilities, so you can figure them out as you go. I just don't really like the randomness of it, as each victory chest gives you a random set of rewards for any character or base, meaning you don't really have control over what you unlock and when. And especially when you keep getting rewards for things that you don't have the gold to actually upgrade, it can get really annoying how high some of these costs are to try and encourage you to spend money on in-game currency. But if you play enough, you get plenty of stuff. So it's just that eternal mobile game struggle of time investment versus money investment. This game is seriously fun though. It's hard to even really explain the mechanics and stuff because I feel like that gets really boring to talk about, but actually playing it and using those mechanics is kind of addicting, and I tend to always have my treasure chest slots full because I just want to play one more match but have nowhere to put my victory spoils if I win. It's so good, and I just needed to talk about the game here. Play it, and then add me so we can battle. I don't really know how custom friend games work, or if that's even a thing, but there is a friends list, even if it's only for that 4-player monster battle mode I can't try. So, add me anyway. Like everything else, I'm there as Zero Score. Well, Zero Score 314 technically, but Zero Score. You can also find me elsewhere on the internet as Zero Score, as you can probably see on screen, as well as my cats. In case you couldn't tell, this is the little in-slate bit. I am going to be doing a few more of these mobile game reviews. I was going to put them all into one, but then I was like, why one video when 3? At least. I'll probably find more games as I go. But yeah, I've had a lot of time to play mobile games, and so I figured I'd just record some and write up little scripts, and then all I have to do is, knock out some voiceover, do a bit of editing, and it's a pretty quick video to put out. So, in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the second Ratchet & Clank video to finish up, I said it as if I'm not doing it, but I am. It's time consuming. Anyway, I will put out some of these smaller little review videos in the meantime. So, yeah. That's all I got. I'm going to stop rambling. See you next time.